Hey guys, how's it going? Stout Man coming back at you once again, and today I'm going to talk to you about some things that I got at Half Price Books Outlet. That's right, I went back to my new favorite place nearby in my new hometown. And yeah, I love these sales, man. I can tell you what, you're going to be seeing these videos at least once every 2 months from me for as many times as they actually have this sale, because this sale is a really cool one. Everything in the store is $1 or less. Anything that's already marked down less than $1 remains the price that it was, and anything that is marked over $1 goes down to $1, which is really cool for some things that you're just looking at and thinking, I don't want to pay the $3 or $4 that they're charging. It's $3 or $4 is already a really discounted price on some of these items, right? But if you're a cheapskate like me, you look at that and you're thinking, I can't do it. It's too much. It's too much. But then you go to the dollar sale and everything's $1. You don't have to worry about the price tag. You know it's all $1. And in fact, there were some things that I saw on the shelf that I had not even thought about the last time I went to one of these dollar sales. Because I thought, well, those aren't going to be $1. It's just going to be the media stuff, right? And then I asked somebody at the store, I asked one of the employees, wait a minute, dude, is everything in the store $1? And they said, well, everything except for the things in the boxes, because I've got boxes full of books and stuff like that, so you can get a box full of 10, 15, 25 books, usually in a series or something like that, for between $5 and $10 typically. Very good deal. I mean, it's an outlet center, so you're usually going to see really good deals at this place no matter what. But yeah, even on Dollar Day, that's a really good deal, right? But I was shocked to ask, when I asked the next thing, I said, oh, so even the stuff up here on the wall here? And she says, yeah, that's $1 too. I'm like, okay then. Okay then. Sure enough, I decided to pick up 2 toys that they had there because, well, you don't find these for $1 ever. So, especially in this condition. I mean, they're not in perfect condition, but they're in pretty damn good condition for $1. So, first off, I picked up the reaction figure of the Karate Kid. You've got Daniel-san, Daniel LaRusso. This is when he was training with Mr. Miyagi. If they had Mr. Miyagi, I totally would have gotten him. But yeah, this is the training Daniel-san. And he's got over here his action paintbrush and his action bucket. There's something about that I just thought was hilarious, right? But then the other one that they had here, yes, I got 2. The other one that they had here that really struck my fancy and was the first thing I noted, in fact. The first thing I noticed before even the Karate Kid was Taxi Driver. A freaking action figure of Travis Bickle. And it's Travis Bickle right towards the end of the movie where he's getting ready to, start some shit. And as you can see, it actually does come with some guns here. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool for $1. Am I wrong? So, my plan for these 2 here, I'm going to put these up on my shelf probably, or at some point maybe even on the wall, because they have the, they have a place where you can hang it on a pin or something like that. And that's probably what I'll do, actually. So yeah, very cool little curiosities to be able to pick up for $1. You can be damn sure the next time that I go to a dollar sale at this location that I'm going to be looking for more of these on the wall, because that's a really cool deal. I mean, damn! They're not super expensive as it is. If you go and look them up online, you can find them for much less than $10. But to get them for $1, it's kind of unheard of. So, cool. One of the other things that I found on the shelf was this Rocket Raccoon cup, and it's like a mug for coffee or hot liquids. I'm not a huge coffee nut myself, but I figured this will be perfect for later in the year, in the fall and the winter, when it starts to get cold and I want to drink some hot tea. Well, this will be perfect for some hot tea, and it'll also be perfect for hot cocoa. I love me some hot cocoa, so yeah, perfect cup for that. And it's got Rocket Raccoon on it, so that's not bad for $1. I don't think it's bad for $1. I think you can get this on Amazon for like $5, but whatever. I paid $1. And it is a little bit higher quality than what you're gonna find at the dollar store. So before anyone says, well, you could just get something like that at the dollar store anyway. Like, well, no, this is actually like a properly branded item, and it's not something that you're typically going to find at the dollar store. It is cheap, but it's not that cheap. It's cheap enough that you are not supposed to microwave it. But that's not too much of a problem. I'll just put the hot liquid inside. Proof that it's actually branded. There you go. Marvel. Properly branded. Anyways, next up I found, I don't know if you guys remember when I did my double pack of Chicago. In fact, I'm just going to find it over here. Yep, I did my double pack of Chicago. I got this for like between $4 and $5, the Diamond Edition, and then I decided to go ahead and put in the original copy that I had previously, original Blu-ray right there, and I decided to put that with the new version, which is a slightly higher, higher resolution because it's an HDR transfer. It's a higher resolution, better quality Blu-ray than this one, but this one's still pretty good. And I figured, you know what, might as well just have a backup and make this its own double pack. And I don't know if you guys remember, but while I was talking about that, I was also saying, man, what I should really do is get the CD of Chicago, the soundtrack for Chicago, and combine it with this, because the music in this movie is something I really love. So, sure enough, to go with Chicago, I found the Chicago soundtrack. And yeah, the disc is in pretty good condition, so not bad. Not bad for $1. Not bad. Now I can put it all together with the Blu-ray. Well, shit. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to just put it in here with the 2 discs, but I wasn't able to. Maybe I will truly get rid of the other Blu-ray here. Why? Maybe I just don't even need to have it, you know, since I have the good one. And I'll just combine the good one with the soundtrack and be done with that. But either way, I'm very happy to have the Chicago soundtrack to go with the movie. That way, if I don't want to watch the movie, but I want to hear the music, I can pop the CD in. Next up, I found The Science of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So, most of you probably know about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's a classic, notable science fiction novel from Douglas Adams, who is just an amazing writer who has inspired so many different awesome science fiction things. So, yeah, the cool thing about Douglas Adams' writing is that, you know, he very much went into the area of like absurdity, right? He was very much like an absurdist, I feel like. But at the same time, a lot of the stuff that he wrote about had like a scientific basis, and it was very scientifically sound, although a lot of it was just like, well, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Other aspects of it were, and it was obvious and intentional that it didn't make sense, right? But other aspects of it made a lot of sense, and, you know, he actually wrote about a lot of stuff that ended up being scientifically significant. So, yeah, I am very interested to check this out, and I got this for $1, not a bad price, to learn more about the science to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Next up, the next thing I got for $1 was actually the last thing that I paid $1 for, but it wasn't the last thing that I bought at the store. So the last thing that I paid $1 for is something I've actually been looking for. I've been on the lookout for this particular item for several months now because it's been dropping in price like a tank, and I felt like, well, surely there's going to be a point where there's going to be a really good price, right? And sure enough, for $1, I managed to pick up the second season here of South Park to go with my first season, which is over here somewhere. See, I told you, I have the first season right here, and this is the second season. And I'm also probably going to end up picking up the third, fourth, and yada 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 at some point. But these are the seasons that I remember watching the most, because these are the seasons that like the first seasons, and they're like the first time that South Park even became a thing. And I don't know, there's just something meaningful to me about this. It's part of my childhood, so to speak, or I guess my teenage years. So yeah, to be able to go back and check these out and see where it all began, and then consider the fact that they're on their like 20th season now is just freaking mind blowing. And this dollar pickup of the second season is also a reminder to me that I need to play at some point South Park The Stick of Truth. I've actually seen some playthroughs of the game. I haven't watched the whole thing, mind you, but I've seen people playing the game, and it looks fucking hilarious and phenomenal. And all I can say is that if I ever do play it, I'm going to try and put all the gameplay up on YouTube, even though maybe not everybody wants to see it, but whatever, I don't care. $1 for this, very good deal considering that it comes with a bunch of different episodes. There are 3 discs on this set, and I did check them. One of them is not in great condition, but it's okay. It's doable. If at worst case scenario, I'll just get it rebuffered or whatever, resurfaced. Thank you, brain. But the other 2 are in really good condition, and sure enough, this has 18 episodes. Yeah, 18 episodes of South Park. I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty damn good deal for $1. And yes, I'm aware that you can actually, I'm pretty sure there's a way you can actually watch these online for free, legitimately, legally, but I didn't really care about that. I just wanted to have it in my collection. You know, I want to have it in the collection. So, yeah, now I have it in my collection and only cost me $1. Because, I mean, the thing about digital is, and you've heard me talk about it before, but you cannot necessarily rely on digital. You cannot rely on the concept that, well, it's available on here, why would I ever need it? Because the way that digital streaming content goes, the way that they sign the contracts for these things, the contracts are not unlimited up until forever. It's not something where, well, it's available online now, so it'll always be available online. That's not how these things work. It's going to eventually get to a point where whoever signed the contract, whatever the contract said, the contract's going to run out, all right? And then it'll come to the point where they need to renew the contract, and if it's too expensive, they won't want to renew it, and they may not renew it. And so there may be a point at some point in the future where South Park is no longer free and easy to watch online, free and easy to access. And at that point, what do? You just say, well, I guess I don't need to watch that. What if you want to watch it? Well, I got the DVDs. I can watch them whenever the fuck I want to. I don't have to worry about whether or not they're actually going to be available when I want to watch them. When I want to watch them, they're right freaking there. And I paid $1 for them. So, yeah, not a bad deal. Sorry to get off on a tangent, but yeah, anyways, next, last but not least, this was actually, I'm not going to lie, this is the first thing that I picked up. This is the first thing that I found, and I found it before I even went into the store. Because outside of the store, as they usually do at Half Price Books, they had a bunch of stuff that was just kind of sitting out there. It was all the cheapo stuff, the 25 cent, 50 cent stuff that, they're just really trying to get it out the door. So they literally push it out the door. And, it's stuff that is intended to bring visitors into the store, so to speak. Oh, look what we got here. And then come on in if you want to buy it. And once you come in, maybe you'll see something else that you want to buy, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, kind of like a sidewalk sale type of thing, except for it's just consistently, constantly sidewalk sale. All the DVDs that I saw in there were 25 cents, and one of them actually struck my fancy. So for 25 cents, I bought Reindeer Games on DVD. I don't recall whether or not this is actually available on Blu-ray. It may be, but I haven't even seen this movie ever before. All I know is that it's a Christmas-y movie, or it's about sort of at some point Christmas. I mean, look at the back. You got two guys dressed like Santa Claus. There's got to be something related to Christmas in this movie. And from what I have heard and from what I understand, yeah, it's a Christmas movie, so to speak. Probably as much of a Christmas movie as Die Hard is, but whatever. It's an action-oriented Christmas movie, and that sounds pretty cool to me, quite honestly. So, yeah, pay 25 cents for this. That's a great deal, and yeah, as you can see, 25 cents. Not a bad deal, all things considered, just to be able to check it out. And I'll probably be watching this during the holiday season, so yeah, very happy to have gotten this for the low, low price of a quarter. And that, as they say, is that. That's the last thing that I picked up. Here's the book. That was a buck. CD. That was a buck. That was a buck. That was a buck. That was a buck. And that was a buck. So, yeah. Not a whole lot of media stuff, but I think that's mostly because I got there late. I did not show up early to the sale, sadly, and I think most of the stuff was just picked over, gone. So, whatever. I did find some pretty interesting stuff and came away with some awesome goodies for a really low price. Paid less than $8 and I got 8 items. Awesome. So yeah, anyways, that'll do it for me today. Thanks for watching, you guys. Catch you later. Peace.